Welcome people. Now it is time to configure and install webMethod integration server in our virtual machine which we have created. This machine could have been used for any application like Tomcat, Apache, Spring, Hibernate. So it is useful to know that we have a blank slate available to write anything on it. Now we are going to use it for the web methods. So let's get started. Open your virtual VMware player like this. Then start your virtual machine. Now before starting your virtual machine, I would recommend you to reduce the RAM because I will be reducing the RAM because the task manager which I'm using is showing that I'm already using quite a lot of RAM and my system is not behaving perfectly. As you have seen, the task manager has just gone abruptly like this. So I don't want this to overload when I'm running this, so I will just reduce it a bit. I'll reduce it to the point where it will be around 3.5 gigs like this. Should be good enough. And I will start. Started. So now before we proceed further, I would like to show you something which is helpful for you going forward. You already know that what is fedora 02. So if you go onto the port 1990, you will see something. Let's try this. I believe that you need to log in here first and disable the firewall. Sudo systemctl stop firewall d, and it should stop. Now try. If it doesn't even try, then you can just take this 192.168.53.133 IP which is there in your host and run it here like this. You log in it with your user and you will have a very nice console which is showing a lot of things. You can change your name here, fedora 02, and you can see a lot of available statistics about your system. I would like to keep an eye on the RAM, but let's continue. Now log in using console, MoveXterm. And now what we need to do, we need to verify if Oracle is running or not. It's not running, looks like. So let's see if it is running from SQL Plus, sys as sysdba, startup. It's already started. So what you can do is you can just lstnctr listen. You can just type this command, listener control lsnctl. So let me find out what is the command. Alright, So what you can do here is that in order to make sure that listener is running or not, you can just type this command lsnrctl. It will log into the console and type start. It should start it, exit it, and just see if it is started. It started. You can check it from the from your SQL developer. Currently it is saying that it is not started. It's saying listener do not currently know the given SID. So you can see why it is saying this. In this one we have SID XC is running. So why it is saying XC? Let's try service name. Let's see. It is running as service name now. Alright. So this is success. Now what we can do is that we can start transferring our content to this system. Now before we start transferring content, we need a directory to install. So first thing first is we'll create a directory. We'll go to the root directory and we'll create as a sudo we create an app and we will give the access to everyone to this directory as sudo. Now in this app directory we'll create another directory called wm103. Make sure that this also have access to everyone. Now we have created this directory. In this directory we will be installing our product. Now before we now at this point of time we can start transferring our content. I would like to clean up my old Oracle images. You can keep it if you want, but I like to keep things clean because I have installed Oracle, so I don't need it. Now what also I need is that I need a JVM. So at this point of time you need to download Java. Go to the Oracle, click on developers and go to the Java, and here you can get the latest Java standard edition downloads and download any JDK which is higher than it. I've already downloaded. The only thing you need to make sure that when you're downloading, you need to download it as a tar gz, because I don't want to install it in my system. I just wanted to keep it use it for a time being. I've already downloaded it and ready to upload. So let's see what is there available at this point. See, it is home Fedora. I'm going to upload it from there. We have this under softwares. I'll download this JDK. I will also upload my jar file, Linux file, and the license key file. All these three files. It will start uploading and let it complete. Meanwhile it is completing, I will just unzip the jar file which I have created. So the command is tar-xzvf jdk12. It will deflate the JDK. It will take a while because the transfer is also going on. Now we have JDK and we can see pin. Okay, now meanwhile it is uploading, we will switch back to our database. We will need a new database shell or database schema at this point of time, and before we can create the database schema on the default table spaces as well, but I like to keep my own table space. So here is the command I'm going to use to create a new table space. Make sure that you have this file path available. This is the path in the Oracle directory already created. I'm going to create a table space called data inf.dnf. It will have a total size of 4 GB and it will extend up to 32 megabytes per at a time. So I'll just copy and run it as a sys. It's created. Now after that I am ready to create a webint. These are the sequence of commands I am going to run. You can actually pause the video and note down these commands if you want. I would like to point out that there is one special execute command we need to give at the end of this one. The reason being that the installation we did is the XC installation, and XC installation do not grant execute command on this package by default, and this package is required for the web method installation. So this particular command is specific for the web method installation, you can say. Rest of things are very simple. You have simple create, session, procedure and all those things. So I'm going to use this, and I'm using the same data entry table space name which I'm doing it. So I will just click on the script. It will run and create, and everything is ready. Now at this point of time I should be able to create a new connection, which is wmint. The username password is same, wmint, service name is etc, test, and save. Connected, and I am able to connect. As you can see, there is an empty table space. Now meanwhile it has transferred all the contents here. I am ready to unzip all my license keys like this. Now I am also ready to run the Java program, my software installer. Now before I do that, I need to make sure this jar file which I have as software installer is executable. So I will just say san55 or +x, whatever you would like to have, and you are ready to run jdk1 bin java -jar. Okay, before even you do that, you need to make sure that your display is exported. So you just open another terminal and see what is your IP. Use this IP which is associated with this same IP subnet 153 for a display export. So type this command, export display is equal to this :0.0. Right, now you can do jdk 12 bin java -jar, and it should have prompt you like this, and it should start like this. Now here we have images. Install from image. Select your image. This is your free image. Okay, and now remember, this installation do not contain BPMS version. Okay, installation directory. So we will be just installing integration platform currently, and edit it. Now I would need universal messaging. I would do terracotta. I need to have JDBC adapter currently. I want database component configurator. I have installed designer locally, so I don't need that. Inside integration server, I need application platform monitor, process engine. See, process engine essentially installing the process model here, but the only difference is in the my webMethods server we do not have business process administration. So let me see if it does have it. It does not have a business UI, if you see. So once we have it, I will also keep the milestone runtime. I'll also take deployer, and standard wise EDINT and all. Okay, this is that ready network which we are not doing currently. So let's go ahead and complete this installation. Do this, then do not use sudo, then give the MyZone license file like this, and use the port 8282. Then license for the integration server, keep the default ports, You can change it to embedded at this point of time since we have created wmint. URL is like this: jdbc :wm :oracle / keep it localhost service name equal to xc. Here wmint terracotta big memory max name for this one, and then universal messaging. The universal messaging license which you have currently here is only 20 days remaining, so I'm not going to use that one. I will just keep it. It will give me the 90-day trial. So let it start. So it will start like this and let it complete. We'll come back when it's completed. Since it is currently running, if you remember in the last video, we installed something called database component configurator in our local system. We can make use of that installer and install the database scripts. Now, web method installation requires database scripts to be installed. Alright, we will see this in the detailed analysis once we have this ready, but currently we can just go to the our local installation, common db bin, and just run this UI bed. Alright, now here what you need to do is that again you need to install everything here in fedora 02 1521 and service name is xc. Keep it wmint with custom table data underscore int, and let's create everything. See, I'm running so many things at this point of time in the machine that it is running a bit slow, otherwise it is a rather quick job. So as you can see, these scripts are running and it should complete in a minute. It should complete very quickly. The only thing you need to see is if there is some errors or not. Hopefully there won't be any errors, finger crossed. Meanwhile, my installation over here is also going on. It is creating a my server installation. Okay, we'll come back once it is completed. Here we go. So database scripts has been completed. Everything is installed. I installed everything. It is not good practice in the production environment to install everything like this, but this is your development, so no problem. Once it is done, let's close it. As you can see, quite a heavy usage of CPU, and here, since the CPU is completed, it's indicator that our installation is also completed. So we have installed and set up, we have installed everything here now, but we have not set up anything yet. At this point of time, our system should be available in /app w102.103 like this. Now we are supposed to set up this. Let's do this in the next video, where we will be doing all the configurations and setup. So thanks you for joining. Let's see you in the next video.